Heather Geisler. I'm here for Block News, and I have Renat Khasanshyn, the co-founder of Etherisc.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Renat. How are you?
Good, very nice.
Do you want to tell our viewers what Etherisc is?
Sure. Etherisc is a decentralized insurance protocol for collaborative development of new insurance products.
And how does it work?
It allows anybody to participate in development and management of insurance products. For example, a software developer in China may contribute a risk model, or a designer may contribute a UI and put their own price on it. For example, 3% of a revenue of an insurance company that will be using this risk model or a UI, right? And then this developer will receive payments to their Ethereum account, 3% of the all revenue of an insurance company in the US, for example, that uses that risk model. So this is an example of how it works. People collectively build new products. The platform provides the licenses, because you need to have a license, right? So it provides the license as a utility. Like if your product uses insurance license, smart contract charges and sends 3-5% for the license, right? If it doesn't sell, if your product if no one buys this insurance, then you pay nothing for the insurance license. So it's like Amazon EC2, right? If you don't use it, you don't pay. If you use it, you pay. So these infrastructure pieces are provided as a service to the builders of insurance products who work on. We now have over 25 insurance products that are in various stages of development.
Who's the risk assigned to?
The risk assigned to one of the three options. The simplest form is have no leverage, meaning that only monies that we put into the risk pool, right, only these will be paid out. Like this could be, let's say, for example, a fund dedicated to provide the safety for, let's say, a decentralized network, that if it gets hacked, the foundation for such project will get a payout up to the amount of what's in the fund, right? A second example, some products will use reinsurance from traditional markets. For example, our first product that went live on mainnet in October of last year, 77 people bought policies when they flew to Cancun, Ethereum developers, insuring their flights against delays. 5 people got payouts, and at the end, we collateralized this all payouts, so we didn't have to use leverage, but we already have a partner, a reinsurance partner, Tokyo Marine, a subsidiary, provided us with a quote for reinsurance, so that they will cover big losses if they happen, right? And in exchange, we pay them 2.4% of our premium will go to them, so they provide us with up to $6 million, for example, of payouts, where the first million comes from our risk pool, right? So this is the second way to who will provide the potential payouts, right? And the third option is to anyone on our network can create a tokenized risk pool, right? Which will have its own token, ERC20 or ERC721. And the individual investors or hedge funds or crypto investors can put their crypto, for example, Ether or tokenized gold, into an escrow contract and receive interest payments. So they may buy a little bit of a, let's say, tokenized hurricane risk, tokenized, let's say, auto, crypto lending, collateral protection insurance for crypto-backed lenders insurance, a little bit of, let's say, crypto wallet insurance, a little bit of, let's say, earthquake, right? Have a portfolio that generates them, gives them a passive income. If the disaster happens, they may lose a portion of what they put at stake, right? But if there is no disaster, then the principal comes back to them and they keep the interest, and then they get the principal without selling their crypto assets. So these are the three sources of capital. Who carries the risk? Risk pool itself without any leverage. Second option, reinsurance. And third option, the community that want to make an extra interest on their existing holdings.
So tell us a little bit more about your token generation event.
Yeah, we're planning, considering doing a token generation event where today we are only working with the members of our community who want to own the token and use it to build insurance products, to invest into these tokenized risk pools, or to provide an insurance license. We have several insurance companies that want to provide the license, right, for a fee, right? No, they don't. Sometimes they don't want to take that risk. They would say, "Let's reinsurers do it. We specialize in insurance fronting." So we now collect interest from them. They go through registration, do KYC, and indicate how much tokens they need to use, or and sometimes if they want to buy the token to potentially become an investor to use it, then it's okay too. We don't ask for why and how if they believe in our project. We hope that these people will help us grow the community. So we are now whitelisting them to make sure that the people who will need to work on the protocol get enough allocation.
Yeah, why did you guys, why did you create Etherisc?
Very good question. The why is something that is very critical for a lot of projects to have basically what drives the mission, right?
Exactly.
I have experience working in the insurance industry value chain, and one of the biggest problems is that it's not exactly fair or accessible. For example, an actuary that provides a pricing makes the products cheaper for a lot of people, and as a result, for example, or work of a data scientist, insurance company started getting a lot of profits, right? These profits go to shareholders, and the scientist might only have a salary, right? And the same thing with insureds. Sometimes, for example, in Puerto Rico, where one of our products built by the community, built by the two developers in Puerto Rico, they're building a hurricane protection insurance that pays fast. Why? Because a lot of people in Puerto Rico still did not get the payment on the claim. They still wait, meaning that you cannot replace your roof. What do? You leave. You leave the island, right? Yeah. So, and not only delays of payments. Sometimes insurance company, if it's for-profit insurance company, right? The system incentivizes the generation of profits, right? Which means that the less they pay on claims, the better for the shareholders, right? So incentives are very misaligned, right? And the third problem is that a lot of risks that we have today are quite small for insurers to bother, right? So they're not incentivized to build very cheap micro-insurance products. They're not incentivized to build insurance products that may have, a market of $50 million in premium. Is this very tiny market, but it's big enough for a small 20-year-old entrepreneur who may want to build this product. But currently, insurance is, and finally, the big problem is that we see insurance as a government-sanctioned monopoly or oligopoly. I met a lot of people who would love to have an insurance product, but never able to do it because the barriers to entry are so high. You need to have millions of dollars. So we want to democratize the market, make insurance fair and accessible by enabling the people to earn outsized returns on their skills to bring new products to market. So it's a lot of new products, and a lot of products that are too expensive will be replaced by new collectively built products that where individuals, not the shareholders of big companies, make the vast majority of the profits. So what's the result? The result is that instead of, on average, in the property casualty industry, if $1 billion was sent to the insurance premiums, right? On average, in property casualty, only 500 million come back in claims. Another half is retained, eaten by the system, by this middleman. So we want to give majority part of this chunk to the individuals who build these products, who actually do the work, right? Not just sit on capital, to earn majority of it. And because they will compete with each other, the price of insurance will come down, and the new insurance products will be made available where currently no one is offering them.
So what's the future for Etherisc? Where is it going?
Yes, we launched the first product, Flight Delay, in 2016. Right, so for last year we set a goal of two goals. One is to get an insurance license. So we're able to achieve this goal. We got a license for Flight Delay out of Malta, and people from around the world, anywhere in the world, they could buy the insurance from a website in Malta. There is a regulator to call, right? If something goes wrong, they find us, right? Or whoever builds the product. And second goal was to identify, have a good answer to a question: does this network of people, do they really need a token to work? Can this network of people work without a token or work maybe with Ethereum token, right? So we found good answers to this question, and the goal for this year is to enable a lot of people to make outsized returns, to earn a fair share of value by dividing the revenue of an insurance company in a way which is appropriate for their skill, so that anyone, regardless of their age, their certifications, regardless of their background, lots of or no connections in the industry, they all can make a fair share of value. So that the goal for us is to turn out of the 25 plus products that we now have on being built on top of Etherisc by different people, builders, to enable as many of them as possible to start generating revenue, so they can actually put the bread on their table and be able to be the co-organizer or participant or co-owner of a decentralized insurance organization.